All right. Hey guys, Beards and Beers here at our home studio for the first time ever. We just finished building it today, and we're going to be reviewing some Three Nation beers today. Unfortunately, we weren't able to be at the brewery for this video because Governor Abbott shut down everything with the COVID cases going back up, but we wanted to keep the videos rolling and bringing back some more information. So Josh is going to start off with a little bit of history about the brewery.
Yeah, but first we'd like to thank our guest here, Jim. Thanks for being on our
we got Jim here
episode today.
He's one of our best friends for a long time here, so we just decided he was with us, so why not? He loves beer just as much as we do, so.
And he fits the beard profile. So
He does.
All right, so for Three Nations, like we were talking about, they've been working on beers since the early 90s. But their tap rooms have been open for a little over 5 years. They just recently moved into the one they're in now in Carrollton, Texas. They've been there for a little over a year. They moved in October of 2019, so I guess almost coming on 2 years.
Yeah.
But basically they introduce different styles. They take the Belgium, the German, and the English style of brewing and try and mix them all together to just come together and make some great beers.
Absolutely.
Some great styles.
And, they have a really nice quote on their website that I kind of like here. It's, "One must respect the enduring traditions for brewing a great beer before the rules can be successfully broken." And I think Three Nations does that wonderfully. I don't think I've had a beer there that I don't like.
No, I can't think of one.
They have a great selection.
They really do.
Absolutely.
Especially with their stouts. They have that Devout series that they just do all kinds of different flavors with.
Let's not really surprise too much.
Yeah. We'll be back later with some more of that. All right, Josh, what are we starting off with today?
Today we're starting off with Three Nations Hefeweizen, the Shed and Silo. I'm always a Hef fan. I love Hefs, Wits, just that style I've always been a fan of, so this is one I think would do real well. So it's coming in at 5.2% ABV, and I say we just go right into this to the smell test, gentlemen.
Sounds good. Bacon chicken.
Oh my goodness.
You can smell the yeastiness in there. It's like a really nice, potent yeastiness. It smells really, really nice. With the clove.
So you get that clove in there.
The clove and the banana, two true features of a good Hefeweizen, and you can see that color. It's sort of like, there you go, thank you. So definitely looks like a good Hefeweizen, and I think it's just going to be everything we're looking for.
It does. Absolutely so.
Gentlemen, cheers.
Cheers. That banana really hits you.
It does.
That is really good. It tastes like somebody literally just chopped up some bananas and threw it in a beer.
And it's a little bit of pepper there on the tip of the tongue. You get that?
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of that pepper.
Get it right up front, then the clean finish with the clove, but banana all around. Nothing but banana on this thing. This is very good.
So, I'm not sure if it's pepper. I think it's maybe like a sesame taste.
So now we gotta try it again.
Yeah, try it again. Because it has that kind of like toastiness to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the yeast that they use in here.
You know what? It probably is. I can see what you're telling from right there.
I think it is probably the yeast.
Yeah.
The toastiness you get at the back end. Because you get banana up front, you get banana at the end, and you really get the clove in the center.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's real clean the whole way through.
It's clean really finish for sure. Absolutely.
That is a wonderful Hefeweizen.
It is.
All right, gentlemen.
Yeah.
I guess it's time to rate. How many beards do you give it? Guest goes first.
I'd definitely give it 4 beards.
4 beards.
Josh?
No, I'm gonna have to agree with a 4 beard rating.
4 beards. I'm gonna go with that one too. 4.
Yeah. Love it.
All right. All right. So next up, we got Jim with.
We got the Orange Creamsicle, which is a variant on Three Nations Royal Blood beer. It's a wheat beer. Got obviously blood orange. Got the variant of it has vanilla. So it comes in at 5.5% ABV. Also got 25 IBU, so it's definitely going to be not very bitter, more on the sweet side.
All right. I like it.
So let's give it a smell. See what we got.
A little smell taste there.
Oh my gosh, that is a lot of vanilla.
Smells like a
Very
creamsicle.
vanilla.
It smells like a creamsicle.
Very much so. Smells like the creamsicle when we had a kid.
And you can't tell very much from the camera, but it does have that nice orange look to it, like a creamsicle would. And especially with the white head on there, it even looks even more like a creamsicle.
Definitely.
I would have this as a candle in my house.
Oh,
this
that
is
would be an
amazing.
Yeah,
amazing
this would be a
candle.
Just put this candle in my living room.
Just burn it
All day.
24/7.
But considering
Every
this
day.
is a beer channel and not a candle channel, maybe we should go to the taste test.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
All right,
Cheers.
gentlemen. Cheers. Oh,
Man,
oh, it's so smooth.
I gotta taste that again.
That is.
Very smooth. You definitely get the vanilla up front, and you get the blood orange on the back
Yeah.
end. So
See,
good.
And Josh knows this. I'm not usually a very big like blood orange fan.
Right.
Usually blood orange drinks kind of throw me off.
Yeah.
But like this
Like-
mixed with the vanilla is just like a perfect.
The vanilla really
perfect
suits it.
blend there.
Just marries perfectly.
It does. It really does. And it's so smooth. It's so rich. It just like it has that kind of creaminess to it. It's not too much. It's not too little. They just found like a nice, perfect balance for it.
They really
And
did.
It's really good.
I see why this is one of their most popular beers in their tap room.
I
Absolutely.
agree.
Say, unfortunately, you can only get it in crowlers to go. You cannot get it in cans.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know that sort of drives the want for it more. You know.
It does.
Yeah. So, Jim, you want to start us off with a rating there?
So I'm gonna give it 4.5 beards. I really enjoyed it.
Miller?
I love wit beers, blood orange. Like you, it sort of throws me off a little bit, but the vanilla brought it back. I'm gonna go with a 4.0 on this one. 4.0 beards.
Okay, I was going to go with a 4.25. So I guess we'll meet in the middle on mine and 4.25.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
All right. All right, so next up we have the Three Nations Peach Haze, which is a variant of their Haze Wizard, which they just added peaches to. We literally had a hard time even finding this online. It's literally like if you go to Three Nations website, it's only on their to-go beers. It's nowhere else on their website. So it's really hard to find this. Go to Untappd, you have to type in Peach Haze Three Nations. So it's a little gem that we found, and we thought it sounded really, really good.
Absolutely.
So it's 7.5 ABV. It's a New England IPA, and we're just gonna go ahead and go to the smell test here. Oh God, it smells like somebody blended up peaches and just put them in my glass. It smells so good, and it has that creamy yellowness to it.
Definitely unfiltered.
It's
Definitely.
unfiltered, yeah. You can't see through that at all. Yeah, that's. It
good
looks
looking beer.
and smells amazing. It looks exactly how a peach IPA should look.
Now, Jim's not allowed to have much of this. He gets a little skosh of it. 'Cause he's
Jim, show him
allergic
how
to
much you
peaches.
have.
I have just this tiny little bit because I'm very much so allergic to peaches.
Yeah, Jim's
So don't
allergic
try
to
this at home.
peaches,
If you're
but
allergic.
he loves peaches, so
He does.
we
It's an
weren't going to
unfortunate
take that
side
away
effect.
from him.
Just wanted him to be able to
So we gave him just a little bit,
just enough.
enough to not kill him, but enough for him to enjoy it. So,
I'll go find my EpiPen if I start having a
There we
reaction.
go. That's
Alright.
the spirit.
So
All right.
taste it.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers. Ooh. Okay. So the peach isn't really that forward on this. I
really
expected
not.
from the smell. I expected a lot more peach,
I did too.
but it really hits you with that hoppiness first.
Yeah.
The hoppiness definitely comes up forward on it.
Because
It's
the
it's
Haze
definitely
Wizard's a double dry hop.
yeah.
That would
IPA.
explain why
So,
it's got all that bitterness on
It's
it.
definitely dry. You can taste the
Definitely.
dryness, which is counterintuitive from the peaches because you think peach, like if you bite into a peach, it's nice, juicy, like
real
just
fresh.
yeah,
just-
really fresh. And this is like you get the opposite of what you were thinking. It's still really, really good,
Absolutely.
but it's dry. It's really dry and hoppy,
Yep.
and not as peachy as I would have liked.
Yeah.
What do you think, Josh?
I was really looking forward to that juiciness that we found in previous New England IPAs, especially with it being so fruit forward in the aromas.
Yeah.
But then it just sort of it stayed aromatically fruity, and then I think it brought a good small level of it on the back notes as it cleared out and it cleaned out nicely.
Yeah.
But I think that it probably could have had a little bit more in the flavor of a peach.
Yeah.
I would have
I
maybe
agree with
appreciated that
that.
more, but it was still
Absolutely.
really, really well made New England IPA.
It is.
Oh, yeah. Jim, any thoughts?
For the style, I mean, we got the style. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm with Josh. Definitely could use a little more peach in the flavor of the beer. I mean, it really stayed in the smell. I mean, you do get it on the back notes. But, I mean, overall, for New England IPA, we got what was advertised.
Yeah.
It's a great New England IPA.
Yes.
You know, it's a New England IPA with a pinch of peach. And by
That's a good way to
pinch,
say it.
I mean a pinch. Is really good. And I could literally, this would be a good candle. Because
You know
the
what?
smell
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
it's not
That
too
smell.
overpowering for the smell, but it's nice. It's really nice. All right, so Jim, rating. What do you think?
For the style of beer, we got what we asked for. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite as much peach as we were all three expecting. I give it a 3.75 beards.
I was actually going to say 3.75 beards myself.
I was going to say the same thing.
My
So
goodness, we are
we're
on
all
par.
we're all in here, all on the same number. 3.75 beards for this one. We got it. All right, everybody. On to number 4, which Jim is going to introduce here for us.
All right, so we've got Three Nations Devout Series. It's their Imperial Golden Stout Marzipan. It's a 8.5% ABV. I've had this one before. I actually had it at BJ's when they carried it for a time. So it has obviously Golden Stout has lots of notes of almond and coffee in it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it when I had it on draft at BJ's. So hopefully out of the can it's just as good. I really like the art on it.
Yeah, it's really nice. Look at this can.
Real nice artwork that they did on the can.
Kind
I
of
really
like a
like it.
stained glass kind of turtle shell looking thing. It's really cool.
So
I also had this one on tap here at the house in the kegerator that we have, which that one didn't last too long because it is a great beer. I love this beer. Love stouts. Golden stouts are even better, especially summer months and everything. It gets hotter. It's not as heavy. It doesn't weigh it down
like the true stouts and porters
yeah.
do.
Anyways,
Let's take a whiff of it.
Yeah.
smell it.
You really get the
man.
coffee notes up front on it.
It smells like one of those like Starbucks cold brew drinks
It
that
does.
you buy at the gas station.
Oh.
Like it has that kind of smell to it.
Like those like frappuccinos on
Yeah,
there. Yeah, I know what
yeah.
you're talking about.
But yeah, you actually
So
can smell like
rich.
a little bit of like of a peanut buttery taste
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, just sort of peanut butter,
Peanut
almost like an
buttery.
almond butter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, a little bit different.
That smells really good, and it is a golden stout, but it is a little dark for a golden stout. It almost has like that reddish amber color to it,
It does.
which is really really nice though. It's a little on the darker side for the goldens, but it's a great golden stout.
It is.
All right, gentlemen. I say we try a sip.
Let's try it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So good. So
I
good.
love this beer.
So
Yeah,
you
this
definitely
all
get
I could-
definitely get the coffee notes up front.
Mhm.
You get the marzipan finish. For people who maybe don't know what marzipan is, it's a almond paste used in baking, especially over in Europe.
Oh, okay.
Fun
I
fact
did
for the
not
day.
think I knew that. This also has an abundance of oats and honey malt and lactose milk sugar. So
Okay.
there is a lot going on with this beer.
I noticed that a lot of golden stouts tend to have that lactose in them.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just something. That I
So
find
if you're lactose intolerant,
You might want to steer away.
still drink it.
Most definitely.
worth the risk.
It's
Just
worth it.
Totally
be careful.
worth it.
Yeah.
Be careful. Side effects.
you didn't hear
I
it
told
here.
you. I told you to.
Just owns up to it.
Yeah, I could totally drink this all day.
Mm.
So Jim,
Ratings.
rate it.
I'm gonna stick with what I thought when I originally had this. It's a 4.75 beards.
4.75. Josh.
I love golden stouts. Super creamy. I'm going 4.5.
I'm gonna have to disagree with both of you.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give this a 5 because I love golden stouts.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, and I like this enough to where I put it on my own tap in my own house.
That's fair.
Yes.
That's very fair.
Very
It's
fair.
a great beer that I would drink over and over again. And that's just my
completely
thoughts on
agree.
it.
All right.
Alrighty, guys. So we're up on our last beer, which Josh is gonna introduce here for us. So what do we got?
Yeah, this right here is the Devout Stout with horchata. So Devout Stout that we mentioned earlier on in this video is one of their more popular stout series. It's an Imperial milk stout. It comes in at 8.3% ABV.
Double stout.
Milk stout. Apologies. Double milk stout. It is delicious. You guys know that I'm always a sucker for a good milk stout. I love the creaminess. I love the richness, and everything comes through so clean. I mean, just look at that
really
coloring.
does.
It's dark,
Jet black.
it's rich. You've got the nice beige tan head on it, and it looks so good. I just want to dive right in and smell this.
Let's
I'm
go
so
for it.
pumped.
Do this.
Oh my goodness! You get so much coffee,
That
bitterness
is-
on the back notes, but such sweetness up front. It is everything you want in a milk stout with extra added flavors that just sort of sneak their way into the aromas.
You get just like a little hint of cinnamon.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. a little
the
bit
smell of
cinnamon,
this
vanilla.
inspires me to make a new word, and that word is beergasmic.
I like it.
Beergasmic.
Trademark pending.
Is it? Have we started the pending process?
Shut up. It's pending in my mind.
All right.
But yeah,
Mental
that smells
condition.
amazing.
It smells so good. I cannot wait to
You can
taste it.
smell that
It almost
deliciously
smells
like
like-
roasted bitterness in there.
Yeah.
Like,
It
oh,
almost smells like a vanilla cinnamon bun with a sip of coffee. Like that's what I
I
imagine.
like
Yeah.
that description.
the coffee
it
just kind of lingers
everything.
behind it a little bit.
Sweet, bitter, full body, just
That nice
Aromatics.
vanilla in there. I love
All
vanilla.
right, we need to jump in and taste
All
this
right, let's
before we
jump
have
in
too
and
much
taste
fun.
it.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Wow, tried to.
I did. I tried. It's
We
tempting.
both tried.
It is.
Oh,
Oh,
nice and smooth.
so smooth.
Like,
Mm.
oh my.
I approve
love
your
this.
word even more than
I love this
Yeah.
beer. I love this beer. It's so beergasmic.
And God said,
Makes
"Let there
me
be
wanna
beer,"
cry.
and this is what He meant.
He meant this.
So
Horchata
good.
double milk imperial
Mm.
stout.
Love it.
Oh my gosh, just so creamy,
It's
so
so
refreshing.
so easy to drink.
It's not
the alcohol is like hidden in there. You can't taste the alcohol. This
Yeah.
is the epitome of a dangerous beer. This
It
is
is.
dangerous. You can drink this all day and not notice that you're drinking something alcoholic.
I'd like to have this
It's-
with milk imperial, like this with cookies. Right now.
It's enjoyable
Yes.
and sweet, dude. Especially like those the Biscoff cookies. Like, that would be perfect.
That would be amazing.
That would be
in this.
perfect
Sip,
pair.
bite. Sip,
So
bite.
people
all
have
that.
said that this goes really well with paired with red meats or a hearty chili, or just as a dessert beer for after a meal. It's a slow sipper because it is pretty high in alcohol percentage. It's 8.3, I believe,
You're correct, sir.
and it has decent amount of complexity without being overspiced. It's not overspiced, which with horchata beers would usually be pretty
spiced.
hard
Would be.
to be overspiced. I mean, it would be easy to overspice a horchata beer, but this is just perfectly blended.
The right
It's-
amount of cinnamon.
Oh yeah.
With it being an horchata beer, you definitely notice the notes of it being a sweeter milk stout
Oh
Yeah.
with more flavor, like just an
Mhm.
abundance of flavor.
Yeah, that is. I just can't get over how smooth it is.
Very
It literally tastes like a nitro cold brew.
Oh
Yes.
doesn't it?
Like a
It
sweetened.
And this is
nitro cold
even
brew.
like this is even just being poured out of a can. It tastes like that.
Not
Like
even
it's
on
on
tap.
nitrous. It's not even on tap.
I'm pretty
And
sure
it
if
tastes that smooth.
Do you imagine this on nitrous?
this was
on
on
tap?
nitrous, I would just die a happy man. I would just
would.
collapse
You-
That
happily.
would be the last
I
beer
would
that
just,
I want.
I would literally just
Cool.
want to turn the tap on and just stick my mouth underneath it, just
We'll
like that.
We'll get like a triple hose that just comes out, and we just sit there and say, "All right, pull."
So let's get on to the ratings for this beer. What do you think, Jim?
So it's everything that I hoped it was going to be. I'm going to give it a. It's really hard for me to give something a 5, but I'm going to give this 5 beards.
All right, we get our first 5 out of our guest here, Jim. So let's go on to Josh and see if he concurs.
Yeah, I was trying to be real quiet. I wanted to jump right in when you said rating and just say 5. I'm just sitting here. I'm like holding down my hand. I'm just 5. This is fantastic. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh!
this is
Like
really good.
this is amazing.
This one they really knocked out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to agree, and this one gets 5 beards from me as well. So
Boom.
5 all the way across the board. We got us all agreeing on this one.
What a great finisher.
And man, that smoothness, it's everything. It's everything. Let's cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers to
gentlemen.
that.
Everybody, Justin and Josh here. Just wanted to stop by and say thank you for watching our video. We really appreciate the support.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
In the meantime, we'll be working on more content for you, and we'll be back as soon as we can with that.
Beards and beers out.